Hey guys, welcome to another episode of these training vlogs, basically where I provide some training footage and I provide a commentary over it. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Derek and I'm an online fitness trainer. So today's topic is how I got started in the fitness industry, or why did I become a personal trainer slash coach. So I think to start the story off, it's probably important that I give a quick summary of what led up to this point rather than just jumping straight into it. So basically, I graduated from uni with a degree in marketing and entrepreneurship because I knew I always wanted to do something that was for myself. And I think that's from the influence of seeing my mum and my dad open up multiple restaurants from Canberra to Melbourne since I was a kid. And just seeing the opportunity that it provided us as a family made me realize that this is what I want to do. Just couldn't figure out what I needed to do to get there. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have felt that way as well. So I graduated and wasn't really sure how to make use of the entrepreneurship side of things. So I decided, okay, it's probably time for me to make use of the marketing side of things. So I started applying for marketing roles and grad roles, and a whole bunch of them. I got rejected by all of them. I got to a point where I just needed to figure out what to do. So I started cold DMing a whole bunch of random firms on LinkedIn, asking if I could work for free. And they all said no as well. Or they either didn't respond or they just said no, straight up no to me. So yeah, I felt a little bit defeated. So I was like, okay, it's probably time for me just to find a job now. So I ended up landing a job at a bank as a customer service rep, basically handling customer complaints and general inquiries. And to put it simply, I was a terrible employee. I hated showing up. I didn't want to learn to be better. I didn't want to upskill. I didn't want to learn the ways of the bank. I didn't care. I was literally just rocking up for a paycheck. I was only working casual hours, but I was basically getting full-time hours, or at least close to. So the money was, it was comfortable enough where it was more than what I was ever making. So I could be like, I can finally spend a bit more. What's the need to, look for more? I wasn't happy. I hated being there. I literally hated rocking up, to the point where I would always find excuses to not show up. I'm surprised I didn't get fired, to be honest, because there were days where, I'll be partying up late the night before and then either not rock up to work at all or just text last minute like, hey, I'm not rocking up. And yeah, I still stayed around for a solid 8 months, which is crazy to me, because I was by far, out of all the people that started with me, I was probably the worst employee. So it got to a point where I was become so comfortable that I was like, this is the best it's going to get. I'm just going to stay here. I'm just going to keep working my hours. I'm going to keep finding, maybe eventually one day move up a little bit and get a bit more money, but I am happy staying in this position here. Sorry, not happy. I am complacent staying in this position here. Even though every day I rocked up, I would go on autopilot because I just could not be fucked being there. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I hated being on the phones. It sounds like I'm complaining, but yeah, I don't really know how to explain why I disliked it so much, but I think it will make more sense in a bit. And I think the turning point in my life, and I remember it very clearly because this is by definition the thing that changed my life, it was the moment I had someone close to me pass in my family. And it was very sudden. I didn't have time to prepare. I wasn't really sure how to respond to it. And I ended up shutting off, basically. When I say shutting off, I mean I didn't want to talk to anyone. I didn't want to do anything that I didn't want to do. So all I did was stay in my room. All I did was go to the gym. It was really just those two things. And it gave me a lot of time to think. I don't want to get too deep into this. Basically, this event happened where it made me start reconsidering a lot of things in my life. Friends, career, where I was heading. Was I really happy with where I was going, the direction I was going in? And it really just got, like, one day I just woke up and I said, I don't want to do anything that I don't want to do anymore. I don't want to be at a job that I'm not happy at. I don't want to pick up the phones and hear people complain about their fucking $1 fees when they have thousands in their account. I don't want to hear people whinge and whine about their issues when people are dying around us. People are having much bigger issues than most of these people are complaining about. And so I quit straight away. I said I don't want to work here anymore, and I quit. I didn't even go in to see anyone. I just said I don't want to come up anymore. And then I decided then and there, I want to do something that I'm going to be proud of. I want to do something that my kids will be proud of. I want to do something that brings me some sort of fulfillment. And main thing, I want to do something that was my own, and I knew that if this person was still around, that he would be proud of. And so once I got here, it was a really simple process. All I asked myself is, what do you see yourself doing for multiple hours in a day? Training. So how do you convert that to either a product or a service? Personal training. you provide the service of delivering training to people who need it. Will that bring me fulfillment? Probably, because I really enjoy helping my mates when they train. I love training. I love I love teaching people more about their bodies and about their training. So this made the most sense. Next day, bought a course for my Cert 3, Cert 4. I smashed through it as quickly as I could, and then started conducting sessions outside of my in my garage just to get experience. Got a contract to Fitness First as a rental-based trainer, meaning that I pay them rent, and then I conduct my business out of that facility. I can make whatever money I make after that is mine as long as I pay the rent. And so I thought that was the path that was given to me. I was pretty happy training people outside of my gym, outside of my garage. I was able to build up like a good enough client base just as someone who just started their career. But I knew if I went Fitness First, that's where the growth was going to happen. That's where I could charge higher rates. That's where I was going to become more exposed to a more official, like a professional environment. So I was ready. I was ready to work the 40 to 50 hour work week, sign the contract. But then funny enough, all these lockdowns started happening. I was meant to start in my Fitness First job, I think for around like 3 months. But as I was about to approach it, things just kept delaying it. Got to a point where I got really frustrated. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. And it was lucky because a buddy of mine reached out to me and said, why don't you start online coaching? And I was very reluctant to it because I'm like, no, I'm set on becoming an in-person trainer because I've seen my mentor was an in-person trainer. I've seen it done. You can build an amazing business that way. And I had no intention of being an online trainer because, to be honest, my perception of online training was because anyone can get into it, it was a shitty market to get into. A lot of bad coaches. That's what I believed. I didn't feel like I could be there yet because I didn't have enough experience to be a good coach yet. So I thought I had to put in the work with my in-person hours first. But these lockdowns, man, these lockdowns really didn't give me an option. I needed to. I didn't want to wait around anymore, and I didn't want to lose the momentum that I was building. So I said, okay, I want to give online a shot. 1 month in, my online business exceeded my in-person business. And I'm only 9 months into my online business right now. But 1 month in, exceeded it. I emailed Fitness First. I said, I don't want to work here anymore. I don't want to show up. I never started, by the way. I only signed the contract. So I said, I don't want to work here anymore. Can you please cancel my contract? Lucky, they were able to cancel it with no fee. There was no lock-in fee, or no locked-in period. I was able to get out of it. And yeah, that's really the story of how I am where I am now. It doesn't sound very interesting, but to me, I feel like I have come a long way. From almost settling as a marketer, almost settling as a banker, even though I knew ahead of my life, to almost being in the, like, if I went Fitness First, I guarantee you I would have been locked in there for at least a few years. And that's simply because it takes years to build up the business. I don't want to give up on something before I've built it up. So in a way, the lockdown was a blessing. But yeah, that's really how I got to where I am now. So yeah, hopefully that gives you guys a lot more context into my backstory, basically. And yeah, hopefully you found that interesting. If you sat through all the way till now, thank you for watching this far. And yeah, till the next episode, we'll see what we talk about next time. Thanks, guys.